Yes. Hi everyone. A very good evening to all of you. I hope I'm audible to you guys. So good evening, Manav. Good evening, Dipanshu. Good evening, Khemraj. Good evening, Arushi. Good evening, Shivank. Then Disendaman, Lakshman, then Taj, Kaushik, Nishant, Ayush, Vishal, Anushka. A very good evening to all of you. I hope all of you are doing well, guys, right? Good evening. Okay, perfect. So I hope all of you are doing good and welcome back to the session again. In this class, I think we are going to start with our next session, which will be talking a bit about pandas exercise that we have been doing in the last class, and we'll be talking a bit about one more thing, that is the matplotlib library, right? With which we are going to build some graph, with which we are going to build some visualization, right? That is what our task that we have to do it today. So with this, again, I hope that you have been working on all the files which I have been sending it to you guys. And I hope you are able to understand in every class the things that we have been following. And I hope it is helping all of you, right? So let me do one thing. Let me start the session first of all with the quiz, right? That we have that is based upon the topic that we have covered in the yesterday's previous class. Okay. So I just want all of you to please complete the quiz. First of all, I'm giving you 5 minutes, and then afterwards we'll move to our topic. That's what we have to cover in today's class. Okay. So again, very good evening. I hope you all have received the link for the quiz. Can you please just confirm? Give me the confirmation. Yeah, can you please just give me the confirmation? Perfect, great. So I'm giving you 5 minutes. You please just complete the quiz first of all, and then we'll move forward with our topic that we have to cover in this, right? So again, good evening to others, those who have just joined it. I request all of you to please complete the quiz first of all, so that your progress can be seen from that quiz, right? So requesting all of you to please complete it on time. I'm giving you 5 minutes, and then we'll move forward with our topic, right? I hope all of you have started, right? I'm muting myself for 5 minutes, and once you are done, please raise your hand or give me the confirmation in the chat. Okay, Shimang, that's good. Let me wait for others, and then we'll move forward. Okay, Dipanshu, that's great. Yes, is it done for all of you? So I'll wait for 1 more minute and then we'll move forward. Yeah, sorry. So I hope I'm audible. Let me share my screen. Yes, Ankit, I hope you're there. Pushpinder, Ankit, Samiran, right? Shitesh, guys, I request you to please join it on time. You're joining at like 8:45. So I'm requesting all of you to please join it at around 8:30. Is it okay? I hope you understand. So just one request, till the time we are starting, I am sharing the link again of the test. I just want you to give it again, right? Okay. I think you have not completed the quiz. Sitesh, Ankit, please complete the quiz. No, no, Ankit, I think the time has updated. It's 8:30 now. The link timing is 8:30. Okay, you please check it once. No worries, it's fine. Next time, you just take care. Okay, right. So please give the quiz first of all. Until then, I'm starting with the session. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen with you, all of you. Yeah, I hope it's visible to everyone. Right, perfect. Yeah, thank you. It's fine. Perfect. So in the previous class, I hope you remember that we were talking about pandas, right? Is it okay? So we were talking about Pandas library, right? So I hope we got to also know one more thing, that it is one of the library which is used for the purpose of manipulation, right? And it was used for the purpose of like working with the data, adding some data, deleting the data, and it gives us one of the good structure that we will be able to load the CSV file. Okay. So I hope you remember in the previous class how we done that. So we require a CSV file, right? So let me just upload the CSV file from my desktop again. So for which we have been working, right? So I guess the files were with me. Let me check it. It was on like downloads or some other folder. Yeah, it was there, right? Okay, yeah, this is the files. I hope you remember we were working in the previous class, right? Okay, so this is the mall customer CSV that on which we have been working in the last class. So pandas give us the platform with which we will be able to load the file, and we will be able to load the file in the form of data frame also. Okay, na? Right? We'll be able to load the data in the form of data frame only, right? Because it contains multiple rows, multiple columns. That's why we are calling it as data frame. Otherwise, we call it as, if we have only one column, then we call it as only we call it as series only, right? That is what the difference, you need to remember that. Now, how we'll be able to load? For that, we have to import pandas library, right? As if it is already installed. So we are importing the library as PD with the keyword, right, that we are using. And with the help of this keyword, we can use one function read underscore CSV, and we'll be able to load our file, which is mall underscore customers dot CSV, and we'll be able to load the file which is available to us. So it gives us error, maybe mall underscore customers is the file name, right? Okay, that I'm using. So once I'm able to load the data, I'm storing it in a variable called as df. Now with that, what is the procedure that we follow whenever we work on a data frame? Yes, we use this variable and we use a function head to see the first 5 rows. Okay, I hope you remember a bit, right? Then we use head function also, we use tail function also in order to see that, right? Then the very first thing that we do to get the overview of the data set. Okay. In the pandas, what is the procedure that we follow to explore and do all these things? We take an overview of the data, how df.info function is there, right? So this function will help us in understanding the information related to the data set, its data type, how many null values are there, which can we can separately check also df.isNull function dot sum function with which we check it, right? Obviously, okay. But this information we also get it from info function, which helps us in understanding that how we'll be able to use this function to get more information about my data frame, which consists of multiple rows, multiple columns in that, and we'll be able to understand it very clearly, right? I hope it's fine and understandable. With this, we actually do what? We check the missing values, okay? We check the missing values, right? This is the procedure that normally we follow. Apart from this, yes, it can be changed here, there, depends upon, but yeah, I think it's okay. It can be understandable, right? Then, yes, the very important thing is, like currently I do not have null values here, right? I hope you can see that very clearly. Is it okay? Now, what if in my data set, I have some null values? So currently, so I do not have any null values. Let me put some null values in a data frame, right? How? For that, I'm going to use one library, import numpy as np, which we will be discussing also. Okay. I'm using np.nan function to generate some nan values, but I need to generate some nan values on some places if I'm not wrong, right? Let me say I need to generate it on age column. First of all, how we need to assess this column? We need to assess this column using df of age, right everyone? Do you understand? I'm just importing one library and I'm trying to assess age column. Is it okay? Is it fine? Right. Now I need to change few of the values to the nan values. There is a difference. Null value is different. Okay, null is 0. That is there, right? Null value, right? Then nan is a different. It's a not an integer value, right? Okay, which is available there. So I need to check that. So let me first do. Can you tell me how to assess few data in a pandas data frame? How we assess the data in a pandas data frame? If I have to assess this data 2120, can you tell me what how are you how I can assess this data? Index. Very good. There are two ways, right? df.ilog or df.loc. I hope you remember that, guys. Is it okay now? Right? Is it okay? So I need to assess it for df of age. This is the column for which I need to assess this data. I need to assess index also. Let's suppose I want to assess it index number 1, 2, 3. Is it okay? Can you see that? We are able to get that, right? In this column, I'm assessing this data df.ilog 1, 2, 3. Okay, or label we can assess. I want to assign, I'm using assignment operator and I'm saying np.nan. So this is I'm using np.nan to assign the nan values to here. Is it okay? Let me check whether it has assigned or not. Yes, can you see I got few nan values in there. Is it understandable to you guys? Is it understandable to you guys? I got two empty values here in this. Okay, zero value is different. Zero is still a value, but this null nan value that we're talking about, okay, it's an empty, it's a not an integer, right? I hope you are understanding my point, everyone. Can you just please give me the confirmation? In the age column, I am assessing the column index 1, 2, 3, and I have assigned a nan value to this, with which I got two nan values in the age column. Is it okay? Similarly, we can also assign some nan values here. I'm just assigning it from my own side. We don't have to assign it from own side because when you are going to work on some data set, you guys will get some missing values. Now, for example, if I say one thing to you guys that you have to do the analysis of average income of people of India. You have to do the analysis of average income of people of India. How many like persons are there in India? I think mostly around 140 crore people. And let's consider that 80 crores people are working. Now, is it possible that once you are going to collect the data of 80 crore people, you'll be able to collect the each and entire data? Is it possible that you will be able to? No, it's not possible, right? Is it okay? Agree with that? So what we do, we get missing values in that. And what we do with the missing values, we manipulate it, right? This is why Pandas library is also with us to do the manipulations of the given data. Is it okay? And to do that manipulation, yes, we use a method which I'm going to tell you how we do that. Is it okay? So let me do one more thing. Let me add some more missing values here in this column also. Okay, so that we will have some data and we'll see how we can work on this, right? So let's suppose I have this data available with me, and on ilog, let's suppose I'll just take some random and I'll define. Okay, I'm assigning it with the NP function. And similarly, let me take it for this data also. Let me take it for gender column also. Okay, df of gender dot iloc. Let me take 22, 26 index, and let me assign nan value, and let me do it for spending score also. Okay, just doing it from my side. Sorry, that's my mistake. Yeah. So I'll define few more values. Is it okay? Right? Now df dot null method dot sum. Now you will get to know that how many missing values we have. Is it okay? Can you see there are some missing values there, right? Now one thing is I drop the missing values. Very simple thing. Is it okay? One very simple thing is I drop the missing values. Okay. Now consider a scenario. You want to do some analysis of the given data. In order to do analysis, you require more data or you require less data. You want to do some analysis of the given data. You want to get more information. You want more data or less data? You want more data, right? More the data, more information will be there. Agree? Now, if let's suppose you have 10 values, right? And you have to delete 6 values from there. Because if I'll say I need to delete 6 values, it's not like I'm deleting only from gender column. I need to delete it from the entire rows in my data set. Agree with that? I hope you understand. If this is the missing value here, then I'm not going to delete only from age column. Now, I have to delete these two entire rows itself so that my data remain consistent, right? I have to delete these two entire rows so that my data remain inconsistent. Data remain consistent. If I'm deleting only these values, then 23 to will come here, right? So is it right that instead of this 23 will come here, 23 value to belong to some other person? And in that process of manipulation, I'm assigning this 23 value to some other person. Now, then to my data become incorrect. So we never do this thing. We never delete only from column. We delete the entire rows only. Is it okay? This is what we do. Agree, everyone? I hope so. It's understandable. But when we take the decision, how much we have to delete and how much we need to keep. Whenever you feel like uh, you are deleting 10, 20%, 30, 20% of data, it's fine. From 100%, if you delete 10, 20%, so it's fine. If you have 100 values and you delete 10 rows, it's okay, no problem. But if you have 100 values and 60, 70% data is missing, then if you are deleting 60, 70% data, then so you will be left with only 30% of data for analysis. Is it right? No, it's not right. Then we do some manipulation. But if you feel that you can't do manipulation, then you delete the entire, then you drop the entire column. Very simple. If you feel that that column is not mandatory to you guys, then you drop the entire column if it has more and more missing values. Okay, right? Like, for example, here, if in the customer ID I have more missing values, then what should I do? Do this customer ID is important to me for doing analysis, or this gender, age, annual income, spending score is important? Other columns are important. So if I have some missing values in customer ID, let's suppose 70% of the data is missing here, then I drop this column because this is not mandatory to me. But if in the gender column, I have 30, 40, 50% of the data missing, then I do manipulation because this column is important to me. We need to keep it for analysis and I cannot lose the entire data. So we do manipulate it. We use probabilities, other methods, right? And then mean, median, mode, we see the data and then we plot it, okay? Accordingly. I hope it makes sense to everyone, right? Now, like, let's talk about gender column. In gender column, what is the data available to me? Can you tell me? Is it continuous data or categorical data? In gender column, male, female is there. Is it continuous data or is it categorical data? We have male, female. Very good. Very good, Dipanshu. Right, Dipanshu? Dipanshu, it's categorical data. Is it okay, everyone? Categorical means category, na? Male, female is a category. And for that, what you can do? You can just count it. Very simple, right? Right? For that, we have to make a graph. Let's try to understand with the help of a graph also, okay? Now for that, I can just make a graph which can count it, okay? We have one of the library for visualization, import Seaborn as SNS, and we have one library import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. We have two libraries available to us, okay? One is Seaborn, one is matplotlib. With both the graphs, you can make a graph for categorical. And for categorical data, which graph we make? We have different kind of graph. We have line graph, then we have bar chart, okay? Then we have histogram is there. Then we have bubble chart is there, okay? Right? We have bubble chart is there. Then we have scatter plot is there, okay? Then we have pie chart is there. We have many different charts are there, right? And these charts are available with us in Matplotlib. That is what we have to discuss, okay? Matplotlib, right? Then there are few charts available to us in the Seaborn also that I will talk about. Two important charts. One is count plot and one is distance plot. Okay, right. Now you tell me, here we have categorical data, male and female. For male and female, I think I can count. So I can use Seaborn count plot. And here I need to count it. So for that we can use bar chart. Okay, because we have to do comparison also, na male, female, how many numbers are there. So whenever there is a comparison of the numbers that we are having, we can use bar chart or for a single value that we use, right? But we use histogram when we need to see the frequency of the data. Is it okay? Two charts are there important. I need to take a decision that I need to use bar chart or histogram. Bar chart we use to do comparison. And for we do the comparison of single value, like I want to compare the marks of 4 students with each other, right? Then I use bar chart. But when I used to do compare the, when I need to do the comparison of is like mm, frequency of the data, if I need to plot, I use histogram. So let me, for this male, female, let me first plot. So I'll be using sns.countplot and I'll be passing here df of gender column is there. Is it okay? And I'll be putting it on x-axis, right? This is what I'm using, and I'm using plt.show method to show the graph. It will also show irrespective of using it, but it will be more aligned, right? So I'm using sns.countplot and I've defined x equal to gender column data I'm passing here, and you see I got male and female. Can you see that? Without any counting, I get the data, right? Very easy to understand. Is it okay? Make sense to all of you? Right? But for the histogram, can I use this thing? No. For histogram, I have df of gender column, right? With that, I need to first count it. I need to apply my function values count, bache, right? Once I'm going to count that, yes, I got male, female values now. Is it okay? Can you see that? Now this is my data. I got it, right? In that data, I have two things are there, bacha. One, I have index, which is male, female. Okay. Then I have one other thing, which is values. Okay. Which are my values of the gender, male and female. Okay. I have two things there for this. So if I need to plot histogram, I need to use PLT. PLT belongs to matplotlib. That will be plt.hist. I will be using in x-axis. I'll be passing my data.index And in y-axis, I will, because x-axis is the this horizontal. Horizontal, we keep gender, male, female, which I'm putting it on x-axis. Why I am keeping number, frequency of the data, which is data dot values. Data is my variable in which I'm keeping that. And I'll be using plt dot show. Is it okay? Okay, we got an error. 1 second. Let me check. plt dot hist we use now. So I think for plt dot hist, so it's, do we need to pass? Do we need to pass something else also, like x is equal to 1? I don't think so. We need to pass. Do we use? No, no, we don't use, I guess. Is it something else that I have been using? I think we use only frequency of the data I pass, I guess so. Indexes, I think I can label it. I can use label to pass indexes. But that I need to put it on y-axis now. Okay, let me use bar chart. Okay, because I already have values now, right? Let me use bar here. Okay, one missing height. This is my height. Okay, can you see? I got this graph. Is it okay? I have the values. That's why I'm just using bar, because I've already got the values, right? If I would have not got the values, so then I can use this, right? plt dot hist, and I can directly pass df of gender. Okay, then I need not to do that. Okay, still I'm getting error. Why it is saying x equal to value? Is it like that? Value must be instead of this byte df dot gender. Sorry, df dot gender dot values. But values, so I'm counting it now. Okay, but why it is saying? But why is it? Acha, it should be continuous data. I need to count that. Sorry, just leave it. I can't use this histogram. I need to count these values. Okay, wait. Is it visible to you guys? Is it visible to everyone? Yeah. So see here, right? Ankit, Langsam, Shivam, Dipanshu, Shivank, right? I hope. So you see here, guys, everyone, I'm using count plot, which is directly counting the values. Same graph. And you see, I'm using this data and I'm counting my values. I'm counting my indexes, and then I'm using bar chart. Same graph I got, right? Can you see? So either I use matplotlib or either you use Seamon. Uh, yes, it's same fine thing. Is it okay? Right? I hope you are understanding my point. But what is the better option? The better option is to use Seamon library, which is advanced version of matplotlib, right? Because here I just be putting here sns.count plot, and it is just counting the data for my gender column, right? I need not to find values separately. I need not to find index separately, then I need to put in a graph. You see, with that, it's very easy for me to do that. I hope you are understanding the point. Is it okay? Is it fine? Do you understand that, guys? Okay. So two things are there, bar graph or you use this, it's same thing. Now you tell me how I need to take a decision, that how I need to replace the value. Tell me by using this graph, which data is more in numbers? Female data is more in numbers. Agree with that? Female data is more in numbers. Are you agree now? Now, if there is a categorical data, and you need to decide that you have to replace the nan values, okay, in df.gender column, right? I have few null values which are there now. Okay, everyone. I have few null values, right? And if I need to take a decision that I'm going to manipulate my data and these 6 values, I'm going to replace it as male or female, I'll decide based upon the count. The count of female is more higher. The maybe I'm wrong, but general probability or general method says me that this for for the data uh, whose number is more in count, we replace with that. Is it okay? So if I have to take a decision in replacing 6 values in gender column, you know what I will be doing? I will be replacing it with the female. replacing the nan values in gender column using using count method and the value and the value which is more in count, I will replace it with. Okay. So how to replace? I will be using my method here. Okay. We have one method here that we use it as a replace function. Okay, everyone. Right? Or we simply use fill NA. So I have my column df of gender. I'll be using a method fill NA. I can replace that also, but we have a simple method to fill the values. Okay. Fill nan values. Okay. I'll be using method fill NA. I want to fill the values. With which values I need to fill? I need to fill it with female value. I'm passing here the value itself. Is it okay? In the in this column, in this gender column, I'm filling the nan values with female and I'm saying in place equals to true. Why it is true? Because I want to do the changes in the data frame itself. You're getting my point? And the two values which were nan values in six values which were nan in gender column, I have replaced it with female. Do you understand my point now? I have replaced the nan values in the gender column with the female value. And now I got 0. This is how we are manipulating the data using pandas. Can you see that? I have replaced the values in the gender column using the fill NA method. How I decided female? I have checked it with my bar graph or I have checked it with the count plot that I got to know female count is more in number. So whenever we have categorical data, we decide on the basis of the value which is more in number. Is it okay? This is what we use and we decide that I am going to replace it with this. That's how we take a decision for categorical data. I hope it makes sense to everyone, right? I'll provide this sheet. You will do the practice. Dipanshu, okay? Shivang, Dipanshu, Ankit, Langsam, then Shivang, Ankit, okay? There are a few other participants, Abe, Aditya, Anushka, Ayush, right? Bandana, Chandan, right? Harshita, Manav, Nishant, okay? I hope that, okay, what happened to my screen? Just wait. I think I'll be able to. Okay, sorry, my browser got off. Really sorry. I hope you understood it. Is it okay, everyone, right? I hope it makes sense to all of you. Okay, perfect. Now, I'll be telling you how I'll be taking a decision for age column. Now, if you see my age data, is it categorical or is it continuous in nature? Is it categorical or is it continuous in nature, this data? Very good, Dipanshu. It is continuous in nature. Is it okay? Continuous in nature, right? For continuous data, either we use distance plot or we use histogram now. Is it okay, right? So let me build this graph using, first of all, count plot or distance plot, SNS dot dist plot, right? And I'll be passing df of age. Is it okay? And let me say plt dot show. Okay, everyone, right? So I'm using this method, distance plot, and you see we got this graph. Can you see that? Is it visible to you guys? Yeah, perfect. Now let me plot histogram also for the same. Is it okay? How we are going to plot? That is df of age. I'll be putting in plt dot hist method now. Is it okay? And plt dot show. Right? This is what I'm going to use. Frequency of data. And I got similar kind of graph if you see. Is it okay, everyone? Right? This is. Okay. Now there are three types of graphs that we'll get. with this, right? The one we get is a graph which is like this. Is it okay? Can you see this graph which I'm drawing on my screen? This yellow color, right? After seeing this graph, can you tell me what you are observing? Is it symmetrical data? Yes, Ankit, you're right. It is used for seeing the outliers also. If can you see this yellow graph which I have made it? Looks like symmetrical data to you guys. Equal from left hand side, equal from right hand side, and equally splitted all around the data. Is it okay? Can you see that? Whenever your data is symmetrical in nature, we use mean, median, or mode. Anything that you can use. Okay. When your data is symmetrical in nature, you use mean, median, mode, anything with which you replace the data. Okay, continuous data I'm talking about, right, everyone? Okay, so I'm writing it here also. When your data is symmetrical in nature, you can use mean, median, or mode, anything to replace the data. But when the data is not symmetrical means either you see this kind of graph which is right symmetrical, or either you see this kind of graph which is left symmetric. Okay, this is right skewed data, this is left skewed data, this is imbalanced data. And whenever you have an imbalanced data, right, whenever your data is not symmetrical, right, we always use median. Okay, why I am telling you this thing? Whenever your data is not symmetrical, we always use median, bache, right? What we do, we always use median. Why I'm saying that? Let's suppose I give you this data 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 values. Okay, ji? Can you tell me these 5 values? What is the mean of these 5 values, and what is the median of these 5 values? I hope you know how to find mean and median. 2.5. Okay, how it is 2.5 mean? How the mean is 2.5, Ankit? No, this is not mean. Mean is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 divided by 5. 3, 2, 5, 6, 6 for 10, 15. I think mean is 3. Median. How median is? Again, no. Ankit, how it is 2.5? I have odd values, na? Odd value, middle value is 3, na? It's not even values, Ankit. We have odd values, na? So two sides, two values here, two values here. Middle value is 3, na? My mean and median is same, right? So when I have data symmetrical, equally distributed, right? I can use mean or median both because both are giving same values. Do you understand this point? Now let me take example 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5, comma 19. Can you tell me what is the mean of these 5 values, 6 values, and what is median of this 6 values? What is the mean of these 6 values now? Can you tell me? Yes. Can you tell me what is the mean of these 6 values? Mean is 5.8. Are you sure mean is 5.8? I think 15 and 34 divided by 6. 5.8. Okay. And what is the median? These are, I think these are even values. So in even values, this will be sum of these two values divided by 2 if I'm not wrong. Agree with that? And what it is going to be? 3.5. Is it okay? 3 plus 4, 7 divided by 2, 3.5. Is it okay? Acha. Now you tell me, after seeing this data, Can you tell me most of the values are near to median or most of the values are near to mean? Like most of the values are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are very close to 3.5 or they are very close to mean, which is 5.8. I think they are very close to median if I'm not wrong. Make sense to you guys? So that means when my data is not symmetrical in nature, I have most values there and one value is this. One value, this means there is one student having higher marks now. So what does it mean? It means my data is not symmetrical in nature. If most of the students are having lower marks and one or two students have higher marks, not symmetrical. If most of the students are having higher marks and few students have very low marks, not symmetrical. But if I have most of the students lying in the average, that is symmetrical data to me, right? Equally distributed. Now, in this case, when data is not symmetrical in nature, is mean is correct? Is mean is giving you right knowledge or is mean is giving you right uh, information about the data or median is giving you more good information? Median is giving. That is why I told you whenever data is not symmetrical in nature, we use median. I hope it makes sense to all of you, right? I hope it makes sense to all of you, right? So in my DF of age column, I need to fill NA values with the DF of age dot median. Is it okay? I need to do it with the median and I need to do in place equals to true. I hope it makes sense to all of you that why I have used median here for age column. Is it understandable? Is it understandable to all the participants in the class? Right? This is why I use. Now similarly, I have is null dot sum method, right? Now similarly, I need to check, I need to handle the other missing values, right? Annual income. We'll use same process. Okay. DF of annual income. I'll say SNS dot SNS dot distance plot. Okay, G. PLT dot show. I'll use same process, right? So you are seeing the data. Tell me what is the information that you are getting? Is it symmetrical or is it right skewed? Is it symmetrical data or is it right skewed data? It is right skew data. Is it okay? Long right tail. When we have a long right tail, that means it's a, when we have a long right tail, which means we have a right square data. Is it okay? It's very evident. For that, what I need to do? Simple process I will do, right? Okay. I will be replacing this column with the median of this. Very simple. Is it okay? And same way, I'll check for this column also. SNS dot distance plot because it's a continuous data, right? Once I get to know, I need to do the same process. See, is it symmetrical in nature? Looks a bit symmetrical to me now. Still not properly symmetrical, but just a bit, right? Okay, right? So for that, what I can do? Yes, I can replace it with mean. Okay, everyone, right? You want to check that, you can also check that, right? Okay, you have a method called as skew. Okay, you can check the skewness of this data. Okay, everyone. For this column, you can check the skewness. You see skewness is 1.48 now. It is greater than 0. So whenever the skewness is not 0, data is not symmetrical. Okay, everyone. The skewness is greater than 0. That means data is still not symmetrical in nature. Okay. So what I will do, I'll still prefer the same method, fill NA, and I will be filling here with the median of the given data. Is it okay for all of you? Right? In place equals to true. I hope it makes sense that what we have performed in this class. And now if you check that, we have 0 missing value in our data set. Okay, spending score. Okay, sorry, I think I've done. 2 minutes was. Right. I think we have performed it for annual now. We have to perform for spending score. Sorry, right? That is for spending score. and first pending score. Is it okay for all of you? Do you understand that? And we got now 0 missing values. Is it okay? This is how we have handled the missing values in the data set. Okay. And we have performed 2 graphs in this class: bar chart, histogram. 4 graphs: bar chart, histogram, then count plot, distance plot. Very important whenever we need to work with the data, whenever we need to handle the data. Is it okay for all of you? Is it understandable? Yeah, perfect. Right. So that's all I would like to do it for today's session. The rest of the things for Matplotlib we'll discuss in the next class. We'll do some other graphs which I've told you. That is line chart, scatter plot, then pie chart is there, bubble chart is there. We'll discuss these things in the next class on Monday, right? I hope till then you do the practice. I have conducted one activity also, how to handle the data whenever you work with the CSV file, how you actually manipulate your data, right? So this was the one of the activity that was required to perform. I hope it's fine. It's understandable to all the participants in the class. Have you received the file? Can you please just confirm? You got the file, everyone? Is it okay? I hope it's understandable to everyone present in the class also. Okay, perfect. That's great. So it was good connecting with you guys today. I hope it was fine, understandable. Just a request all of you to please join from 8:30 next time, right? So if you have any doubt, any kind of concern, you please do let me know. So if you have anything, any doubts, anything that you would like to ask, you please tell me. I'm here to take your doubts in the last these 5 minutes so that I can help you in understanding this. So I am also requesting all of you to please fill this form, feedback form, and in case you require any help, do let me know, and I'll be more happy to clear your doubts, right? But do you understand today's session? Is it okay? Is it helpful to you guys? Do you understand the activity, how to manipulate the data and handle the data? You can watch the recordings again, okay? You can watch the recordings again, which is available on the playlist, right? And in case you need any other guidance, I'll be there to help you guys. So that's it for my side for today's session. I hope it was good. It was clear. So bye-bye. Take care. Have a good weekend, and we'll meet on Monday again. Okay. I hope you got the file. I just request all of you to please work on the file. I'm sharing the file again. So those who have not received, I just request you to please download the file, and please let me know if you have any other doubt or anything. Yeah. Is it okay? Where we start exploring advance of this session. Advance, sorry. I don't get it, Ankit. I didn't get your point. Advance of this session means? Ankit, you can unmute yourself. This is the basic of the libraries. Yeah, I think this is not basic how to manipulate the data. It's come under the advance also, no? Right? We'll do some more methods which are available to us with this in the next class, okay? I think as per your course structure, you can see here, this is what it has been mentioned in the course structure also, right? That we'll be talking about Pandas basic, working with data frame series, data cleaning, handling missing values, duplicate, how to load the data set, right? I think let me show this also. You can see here, right? So in the next week, we'll be talking about this, right? This Tkinter app and how to build that application. But I've just started working on this after this because it was connected with that. So I just used that, right? So working with data frame, data cleaning, handling missing values, load, cleaning the data, right? Then few charts we have made today and rest of the charts we are going to do in the next class, right? Then we do NumPy and we are going to analyze the data set also as a mini project, and then we'll be working on this part also in the last week, okay? Right? I hope it is fine, understandable. Okay, so that's it. Can you share this chart with us? Yes, okay, I'll share this with you guys, okay? I'll share with you guys this. Okay, these are the different days on which we have to work. Let me share the file with you. Mm. Yeah, I have shared it, Ankit. I hope you have received it. Can you just confirm? And others also, you can take it, right? Is it okay? Fine with you now? Got it. Perfect. So, bye bye. Take care. Thank you.